Hey, everybody. Grant Miller here, Miami Community News. I'm with Judge Blumstein. You from Miami?
Born and raised, absolutely.
What part of Miami were you born? What part?
Westchester. Back then it used to be called Westchester, but now they say Westchester.
Okay, so you understand that. So, what elementary school did you go to?
So I actually went to a school out of district. I went to North Beach Elementary School after spending 1 year at Everglades Elementary School.
Why did you go all the way over there?
So my dad was a teacher in Miami-Dade County Public Schools.
Right.
He actually taught on Miami Beach. And as a result, he said, we're going to go to school on the beach. So he took me there.
Okay. What junior high did you go to?
Nautilus Junior High School.
High school?
Miami Beach Senior High School.
College?
University of Florida.
After that, law school?
At Nova Southeast.
Okay, so now the quiz starts. Your favorite elementary teacher, quickly.
Oh, Lordy. That would be probably Miss Feller.
Junior high?
Junior high would have to be, that's a tough one.
Nautilus didn't have a good teacher. Okay.
No,
high
I
school.
got to remember. High school, Mr. Behrman.
You said Florida you went to?
University of Florida.
Okay, your favorite Gator coach? Teacher?
Gator teacher, probably Mr. Denslow.
And in law school?
And law school, there's a lot there. I would say it would be Professor Rogo.
Wait, why did you become a lawyer? What was your reasoning?
So, the law is something that I was very passionate about because, this country is all about following the law and being equal under the law and it being applied uniformly the same to everyone. So it didn't matter whether you had money or didn't have money, what family you came from. The law treated everyone the same. At least that's how it's supposed to be, yes.
Okay. So you finished law school, and what did you do after that?
So I always had an affinity to the military. My dad having served in the military during World War II. I first wanted to go into the military after high school to fly jets. A little crazy, I think it sounds, but I couldn't do it at the time due to my vision. So the next opportunity to serve came in law school.
After law school?
No, during law school. I actually applied to serve in the JAG Corps during law school, and I was accepted and given a commission while still a student in law school.
I know some famous elected official was a JAG too. We won't get into politics.
Our governor, in fact,
Yes.
Yeah, we share that in common.
Yes. But did you practice law while you're in JAG? You didn't finish law school yet.
So the way it works is if you apply and get accepted and are issued a commission, you then become an officer and then ultimately practice law.
For in the military.
20
years.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for serving. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Where were you stationed?
So the first station was in Rhode Island, basically because that's where you have to start,
Right.
Naval Justice School. And then after that, they sent me to Norfolk, Virginia, the biggest naval station in the
Right.
United States on the East Coast. There's another one on the West Coast. So I served there for some years and then had the opportunity to go overseas. And I was sent to Italy to serve in Italy.
In the JAG, are you represent military people all the time? Against the military and for the military?
That's correct. So my first assignment was as a prosecutor. So we have our own set of laws in the military called the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And I was tasked with prosecuting, violations of that body of law. And thereafter, I got assigned to be the opposite, the criminal defense attorney, representing service members who were accused of crimes. And then I had the opportunity while I was overseas to be an international law attorney and represent the government and its officials with
Naples. So you were in the
Naples,
military
Italy.
20 years?
Yes, sir. Active and reserve.
Where did you finish law school?
When did I finish law
Yeah.
school? Oh, in 1996.
At Nova.
At Nova.
So you went away, did all the JAG stuff, and then you finished the last whatever it was.
So
you'll have an official law degree. But you just already practiced 18 years.
No. I got my law degree in 1996,
Right.
and then when I went into the military,
Right.
you go through Naval Justice School, and then
Gotcha.
you practice.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you get out, then what?
So it was an interesting story because I told you I was active and reserve. So
Right.
I was active for the first 4+ years. I left active duty from overseas, came back to Miami-Dade County, which is where I'm from, and began practicing in the civil sector. I started with insurance defense. Then I evolved into commercial litigation at different firms, 2 different firms. I became a partner at the second firm. And it was in 2008 that I decided to open my own practice.
And where was that?
So my office was out of Aventura because it's closer to where I live. But at the end of the day, I practiced throughout the county. I practiced in both state and federal courts here in Florida and beyond Florida. I had big cases in Puerto Rico and other places around the country. And I practice on both sides of the aisle. So I bring that perspective to the bench. And I also know what it's like to be a litigant. Unfortunately, sometimes we get sued and we have to deal with accusations. So I know what that's like as well. And that served me well as a judge.
So how did you become a judge? Did you get appointed? Did you run for election?
So there are 2 ways, as you just mentioned, to become a judge. One is you get appointed, and the other is you get elected. But even if you get appointed, you have to stand for election. So
Circuit courts every 6
every
years?
6.
And
every
the counties
6.
every 4.
No, they're both every 6. They're both
No.
every 6.
County 6?
Yeah. For judges.
Right.
So I got elected first in 2016, and I've been serving since then. My first assignment as a judge after getting elected by the people of Miami-Dade County was in the dependency division of the court, dealing with abused, neglected, and abandoned children. I did that basically during my first year on the bench. And then I was assigned next to the criminal courts, and I handled felony crimes before the court. I did that job for about 2.5 years. And in July of 2020, I was asked to move over to the civil division, which is where I serve now.
Where's your location?
Basically, at Dade County Courthouse, 73 West
yeah.
Flagler. Yes.
The mothership.
The mothership. And they're building a new courthouse right next door, if you didn't know.
Yeah, of course. Finally.
It took a while, but the county finally approved it. Yes, sir.
Changing the subject for a second. State attorneys and state prosecutors, they get paid the same amount as attorneys in Gainesville, Pensacola, and it costs 25 to 30% more in Miami. So it's hard to get young lawyers to be state attorneys. Am I correct?
I think that's true. And I know the state attorney as well as the public defender, they have the same issue.
Public defender, sorry.
They have the same issue.
Right.
Recently, we're able to get some additional support from the state to help that. But you should know, and the attorneys know this, when you go into a role like that, as either as a prosecutor or as a public defender, you don't do that for the money. You do that to serve, and you do that to gain experience. If you want to be a trial attorney, it's not for everyone.
Correct.
But I can tell you, I came from that same way of thinking. I knew I wanted to be a trial attorney. I enjoy trying to advocate for clients before either a judge or a jury. And that experience is invaluable to be able to be.
It's a training ground.
It is a training ground, and it makes you a better attorney, a better advocate, because some people choose to make that a life career.
Yes.
Others choose to take that experience and help others
Move forward.
Yeah.
All right. So you work downtown 73 for West Flagler. You've been 6 years.
Almost 6 years now. Yes, sir. Yeah.
It's incredible. These judges, what they go through. How many cases do you hear in a week?
Oh, I can tell you probably I can go through 100 cases in a week, not trials.
No.
Not trials. But you raise an important point. So, our caseload in the circuit court is high, but it would pale in comparison to the caseload that county court judges have to handle. Why do I say that? Because, numbers are one thing, but complexity is another. I think the more complex cases are those that come before the circuit court because there's just more at stake.
Correct.
In circuit court, right now, we're dealing with matters in controversy that exceed $30,000 up to whatever it goes to.
Right.
And we deal with felony crimes, which are serious, as you know. So, it's a big responsibility, one that I, hold very dear to me personally, and I like to resolve disputes. Now, when I came into the civil division of the court, I inherited the biggest caseload of anyone in the circuit court in Miami-Dade County, with about 2,800 cases. Why is that significant? Well, I can tell you that I pride myself on trying to resolve conflict between the parties. I aim to try and resolve that conflict amicably, meaning I want the parties to resolve their problem themselves and not necessarily have to get a judge or a jury
You're
to resolve.
negotiating and make sure that both parties are somewhat happy.
I don't negotiate directly, but what I do is I aim to narrow the dispute between the parties. So when I see that a case has been pending and there's not a lot of movement in a case, I help move it along. And why is that important? Because it helps bring about finality. So I told you when I came in, it was over 2,800. Right now, today, as we sit here, I am approaching 1,700 cases, meaning I've gotten rid of about 1,100 cases,
Right.
with 100 coming in every month. So it's a significant reduction in the caseload, mostly resolved amicably between the parties. Some, of course, went to trial. I made a decision, and then it's up to the parties if they want to challenge it or not to an appellate court. But this is the role and responsibility of judges in Miami-Dade County. I pride myself on being fair, impartial, and respectful to all those who come before me. And I do it from a perspective of being a practitioner, of being a litigant, of understanding a case and understanding what is in controversy between the parties and how to identify issues to get the cases resolved with finality.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Well, the judicial system works. Not everybody thinks it does, but it works, and all the judges and all the clerks, everybody tries to make to run smoothly. Question is, you see about how many trials do you do in a week?
So when I have the way the judges work trials is I have a block. So I have, let's say, coming up next week, I'll have a 2-week trial block.
Right.
So what that means is in those 2 weeks, I'm trying cases every day. How do I set it up? Well, we have a calendar call that precedes the actual trial period.
Right.
At that calendar call, I may have 50 cases. I may have over 100 cases. I go through the calendar with all those litigants, and I say who's ready to go, who's not. We get through all of that, and that of course narrows the matters in dispute, and I may get it down to a smaller number. When it gets down to the actual trial period, that number gets even further dwindled down. Why? Because people are resolving cases. But the answer to your question is I could try probably 5 cases during a 2-week trial block, depending on the length of the case.
So is it harder for state attorneys or whatever cases are in front of you, or when you were at JAG in front of, how many judges were there?
When I was in front of
military.
In military, so we have both the same system. We have judges that try cases, and we have juries. The only difference is the juries are military members, not civilians.
I'm watching the Idiot Box TV. Sometimes I see like 4 judges up there.
Oh, that would be an appellate court, probably.
In military.
Yeah, we have those too. We have those too.
Because I love watching, all that stuff.
You probably watched A Few Good Men. Who hasn't?
You don't want to know the truth. I love that movie. You don't want to know the truth. That was one of the greatest movies ever.
It is. I couldn't agree with you more. Yes.
And Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. God, it was great. Yeah. Okay, so now we got the military history as a judge, but we want to find out who you really are. Is that possible?
Of course.
Okay. How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
Okay. Your kids' birthdays, go quickly.
Kids' birthdays? Okay, November 23rd, September 1, and February 22. September 12th.
Your in-laws.
December 23rd and August 16th.
Okay, just want to make sure you got it. Okay. Your favorite cowboy movie?
Oh.
Your favorite cowboy?
What is it? Tonto, Lone Ranger?
Okay, that's all right. No Clint Eastwood. Okay. Wow.
Well, you're testing me now.
Favorite place to eat fish? Go.
Fish. Oh, Garcia's.
Good one. Favorite animal? Go.
Favorite animal. Oh, Lordy. Elephant.
Who's your superhero as a kid?
Oh, Batman.
Oh, right. Your favorite hot dog place?
Arbetter.
When you go to Arbetter's, Grant Miller has a dog named after me.
Okay.
If you want next time you go there. Your favorite taco place?
Tijuana Flats.
Where's that?
Somewhere. My kids get it for me. I don't even know.
Your favorite pizza place?
Frankie's.
God, you can tell you grew up in Westchester. Give me words. Why Thanksgiving? Just words.
Words. Turkey, gravy, cranberry dressing.
What about family?
Family too. But I'm
Okay.
thinking food because I'm looking at your hat.
Okay, your favorite football team? Go.
Gators.
Of course. Okay, your favorite place that you eat chicken?
Chicken Kitchen.
That's a good one. Where's your favorite sushi place?
I got to go home with that. Sushi Republic, Surfside.
Ah, that's a good one. The magic of the mix. Why are you a fair and honest judge? Give us the reason why.
I think the biggest reason is perspective and my desire to serve and get it right. You know, I'm from here. I relate to people that come before the court from here. I am cultured and been around the world. I know what it feels like to get justice or not from the places I've been to around the world. I know what people are crying for when they come before the court, and they really want to be heard, and they want to get a resolution, and they want to be treated fairly. Sometimes the law is harsh, and I tell all my jurors the same thing. We don't make the laws as judges, but we're charged with interpreting and applying and in essence enforcing the laws. And if you're not happy with a piece of legislation, your recourse is the legislature.
Absolutely. Well, it's interesting because you grew up in Westchester as a kid. Now you live on the beach area
I do.
somewhere. So you have both perspectives. And serving the military. How many years again?
20.
20 years. You've seen it all.
Well, I'm sure there's things I haven't seen, but I've seen a lot. Yes.
I appreciate all you do for our community.
Thank you.
And Judge, we'll see you later. Grant Miller here.